you already know more than you think. You just don't know how to read the signs yet. Because every person leaves clue. And Nietzsche's 18th truth will teach you how to find them and what they mean. This is a skill no one teaches you, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. But this video isn't a quick list of surface level advice. You don't struggle to understand people. You struggle to see what they are protecting. Because most people don't show who they are. They show who they think they need to be to survive. And Nietzsche understood something powerful. Human behavior is not random, it's defensive. Let's break down 18 psychological truths, and I'll give you real-life student examples so you can actually recognize them. Everyone wears a mask. In university, you see it everywhere. The student who acts confident during presentations might have practiced for hours because they are terrified of embarrassment. You know that guy who acts chill about exams may secretly panic every night. People don't fake confidence because they are dishonest. They build masks because vulnerability feels dangerous. Watch for tension. When someone's voice changes, when they suddenly get serious, when the smile drops, that's the real person trying to come out. The second truth. What people hate reveals what they hide. Think about this. A student constantly criticizes tryhards who study too much, but why? Maybe deep down they feel guilty for not working harder. Someone mocks attention seekers on social media. Maybe they secretly crave attention but are afraid to ask for it. What irritates someone often points to what they struggle with internally. Criticism is often projection, according to Nietzsche. The third truth is silence reveals more than words. You ask someone, "Are you okay?" They say, "Yeah." They always, or almost always say yeah, but why? They avoid eye contact. They pause too long. Their energy drops. That silence is louder than their answer. It's like when you're working on a group. In a group project, when someone suddenly stops contributing after receiving feedback, that silence is insecurity speaking. Words are controlled, body language leaks. The fourth truth is loud morality often hides superiority. You know, in the student life, you'll see people constantly calling others out. They correct language, they publicly shame small mistakes, they position themselves as morally superior. But who are they? But often, this is less about justice and more about power. True integrity doesn't need performance. That's what Nietzsche said. If someone needs everyone to know how good they are, ask why they are trying to prove. It's true, it's just a fact. 5. People lie to themselves before they lie to you. When someone says, "I don't care that I failed. I didn't even want that internship. It's fine." Often, that's self-protection. Admitting disappointment hurts, and it really hurts. So, according to Nietzsche, people rewrite reality to protect their ego. Okay, next truth. Sixth one. Superiority hides inferiority. The student who constantly reminds everyone of their grades, the one who always compares CVs, the one who subtly puts others down, that's rarely pure confidence. The real confidence is calm. When someone needs to dominate conversations, interrupt others, or compete constantly, insecurity is usually underneath. That's logical. You may have example in your everyday life of people who try to prove who are confident but not really, who try to disappoint you of your grades, your CV, what you've made in your career, and try to compare with others to see if they are superior or inferior, but that's a nonsense, according to Nietzsche. The next part is called the cracks. Most behavior is driven by fear. Why does someone over-explain in class? Fear of looking stupid. Why does someone skip social events? Fear of rejection. Why does someone say yes to everything? Fear of being excluded. If you want to understand someone, you don't ask what they want. Ask what they are afraid to lose. Status, belonging, validation, love. Okay, so the next one is titled Chronic Criticism is Projection. In daily life, the harshest critics are often the harshest on themselves. The student who constantly judges others' presentations may be terrified of presenting. The friend who criticizes relationships may be afraid of intimacy. Repeated judgment reveals internal conflict according to Nietzsche. And that's a true key that you have to have in mind to be aware of those tricks. 9. False confidence hides guilt. Some people act extremely certain. They never admit mistakes, they double down when wrong, they react aggressively to criticism. Often, this is not strength, it's fear of being exposed. You may have some example in your work life or student life of people who are afraid of being exposed. Watch how someone reacts when challenged. That's where the mask cracks, and you have to make the mask fall down. Okay, the 10th one. Exaggeration exposes insecurity. I literally don't care what anyone thinks. If that were true, they wouldn't need to say it. Students who constantly say, I'm always happy, often avoid discussing real struggles. Extremes are defensive. Balanced people rarely speak in absolutes. 11. Control mask inner chaos. In group projects, you'll notice someone who needs to control everything. They assign no roles, they rewrite others' work, they panic when plans change. It's like you're superior in your company. It may look like leadership, but sometimes it's anxiety. When someone feels unstable internally, they try to stabilize the outside world. So you have to detect this mask and make the people who try to control everything just that it's just calm down. It will be okay. We will send the work before the deadline. It will be great. Don't worry. So, 12th one. Constant performance hides emptiness. Social media is the clearest example. The curated life, the constant updates, the perfect aesthetic. While identity depends on validation, performance replaces authenticity. The loudest presence often hides quiet insecurity. Part 3. The wound. People speak from pain, not logic. When someone says life is pointless, they are rarely analyzing philosophy. They are protecting themselves from past hurts. Students who say grades don't matter may be coping with academic failure. Behind opinions are experiences. Behind experiences are wounds. And that's what Nietzsche is trying to teach us in his book. 14th one. How someone treats weakness reveals their strengths. Watch how people treat a shy classmate, someone who made a mistake, a person who can't defend themselves. Mocking weakness often hides unsolved insecurity. Real strength is calm. It doesn't need to dominate. 15th one. Attention seeking hides fear of invisibility. The student who constantly interrupts, the one who exaggerates stories, the one who posts daily just to stay visible. Sometimes they are not arrogant, they are afraid of being forgotten. Invisibility can feel like non-existence. And that's a real harm for people who are used to be updated with plenty of notifications everywhere. 16th one. We attack what we secretly envy. Someone mocks a top student. Someone criticizes an entrepreneur. Someone gossips about a confident person. Envy is unspoken desire. It's easier to tear down what reminds us of our own potential. The 17th one is about adults replay childhood script. The student who never speaks up may have grown up being ignored. The perfectionist may have grown up receiving love only for achievement. The emotionally distant person may have learned that vulnerability leads to punishment. People don't act for pure belief, they just repeat what once kept them safe. 18th. Patterns are confessions. Look at repetition. The friend who always disappears when things get serious, the student who always procrastinates before important exams, the person who chooses emotionally invaluable partners. In fact, these patterns are not accidents, they are protection strategies. When you see patterns, you are reading someone's survival blueprint in reality. So to conclude this video, Nietzsche teaches us that reading people isn't about manipulation, it's about awareness. When you understand that most arrogance is insecurity, most anger is fear, most control is anxiety, you stop reacting emotionally. You respond consciously. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Every pattern you see in others exists somewhere in you. Because the mask isn't just there, it's human to have a mask. If you made this far, thank you for watching. If this video makes you think even for a second, make sure to subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And please leave a comment telling me what I can improve, whether it's the structure, the explanations, or the delivery. I read everything and I genuinely want to get better with each video. Also, I apologize for the French accent and any pronunciation mistakes. I'm working on it and your feedback helps a lot. It was Mind Matters, and until the next one, goodbye.